All right, and are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
All right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spin Up Show.
Hey, everybody.
This is our second episode ever, and we are so much more prepared today. We're not nervous.
Lot more
We're
prepared.
literally only 10 minutes late. This is pretty impressive.
Last time, I think we were running something like 23
Yeah,
minutes
it was
behind.
crazy last week. So if you guys are joining, welcome. Right now, we have actual show notes today. We've got like 3.5 pages. It's pretty impressive.
We're compiling all types of news
something like a
throughout the week.
gajillion articles, maybe a gajillion and one. We've got a real intro that I made this week.
It's a very good intro.
The LED panels are coming along. Let's talk about, before we run the intro, what we're going to be talking about today. Netflix shows off MindFlix for controlling Netflix with your brain. iOS 10.3 beta is public.
Snapchat's parent company, Snap Inc., recently filed for a $3 billion IPO.
And leaked screenshots of Windows 10 Cloud shows that it looks like Windows 10 Desktop. All right, so let's roll the intro. Okay, and we're back. Hello, everyone. Okay, so before, I think we're going to make this a tradition to do this week for new and improved kind of thing.
A few things have come out on our site.
We did a lot this week.
If you haven't seen yet, you should go check it out because we both put a lot of work into it, and it's a great site.
So we have 3 articles. Club Penguin, which has announced that they are shutting down.
More on that later.
Yep, that is true. We'll have another news story about that. Google Hands-Free Payment is in addition shutting down, and Elon Musk is working on his tunnel boring project.
All 3 of which have articles online.
So those are the articles that we wrote this week. In addition, my Google Home full review is now live as of last night. The LED panels are being worked on. Actually, I've got one of them pretty much done. All that needs to happen with this one, actually, is that we need to glue in the sides of this and make the backing. But here, we'll do a little demonstration of that.
It's bright. It's
like
really
crazy bright here, ready? So this isn't on right now. And now here we will turn them on. So they get insanely bright.
That's one row of LEDs. That's 2.
This is one thing of them, just for reference.
And they look really crisp.
And they're great. And the other thing is that they're really really thin, which is super important for when we're doing something like this, which is really good. So that is that. That's fine. All right, and then in addition, this is something exciting. Okay, so as of, I think, today, we are featured on YouTube as the 4th result for New and Improved, which is super exciting.
So if you actually search New and Improved in YouTube,
let me see if I can get that up real quick. Here we go. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. Ready? Let's search it. New and Improved. And I know we're logged in. Just trust us. It works. If you want to try, you can also. Here we go. Here's us.
And
we're
live now. What a surprise.
I know. It's impressive that we're actually live. So anyways, that's that. All right. I think, should we jump into our first news topic?
First article.
All right. First article of today. Club Penguin has officially shut down.
Not yet.
They will on March 29th, 2016 or 2017. So, yeah, this is pretty big news.
Yeah. And if you guys aren't familiar with Club Penguin was the online social game where you just were represented by a little penguin. You walked around, played games, interacted with other penguins. It was a lot of fun. I can't lie.
It was a great game. We played it the other day, just like on Skype. We were like on Skype just playing it. It was a great game. So discontinuing the current game on desktop and mobile on March 29th. Current members can log in up until then as normal. Membership is no longer available. You can get a free membership, but you can't pay for membership anymore.
However, if you have been paying for membership, you won't need to renew. Your membership will continue until the game is discontinued.
We've got an article about it, which is kind of important. Yeah. Also, in some regions, you can pre-order or pre-register for Club Penguin Island, which is their quote-unquote replacement game.
Yeah. It's a mobile game.
So that will be mobile only, no desktop version, which I think is fine. I The world is moving to mobile.
They look like they're going towards a sort of mobile, younger audience.
Absolutely.
Whereas, when we were kids, we didn't have cell phones.
Right. It was all. I mean, it was all computer. And now,
when we were youngins.
Yeah. I mean, now parents just hand over their phones and stuff.
So
next article: Satya Nadella has joined the Starbucks board. He is the Microsoft CEO, and he has officially joined Starbucks board of directors.
Yeah. If you guys aren't actually familiar, Starbucks is doing tons of things with technology, trying to integrate
wireless charging into
wireless
tables.
Charging. A lot of their tables actually, you just drop your phone down, wireless charging, and with their app, you can actually pay in, I think, all stores.
Yeah. So he says he believes, quote unquote, his years of experience in tech will play an important role. Hopefully this means that we'll see even more technology come out of Starbucks, maybe better like payment solutions or whatever we need. I don't really know. I don't go to Starbucks.
They even stopped writing your name on the cup. A lot of shops, they just print a label and just stick it on the cup.
Does that mean that like Starbucks name isn't a joke anymore? Like people aren't going to have Starbucks names anymore? That would be pretty cool. There are now new Android betas on the Pixels and other Nexuses. So here's that article. Yeah, so there are new Android betas available on Google's Pixel phones, which is exciting, through the Android beta program.
Are you part of the Android beta program?
I am not, because I have a Galaxy S5, so I don't count, unfortunately. Google has released updates, beta update 7.1.2 for Pixels and for users in the Android beta program. Other devices include the Nexus 5X, Nexus 6P, Nexus Player, and Pixel C. I'm kind of excited. Hopefully this doesn't mean that's been detracting from their Android Wear development, because they really, really need to push that out. I have a Huawei watch. I really can't wait for that update at all. It would be really great if it comes pretty soon, I think.
What cool features do you think they're going to bring
to
the next update?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is that Android, like iOS, already has a lot of the features that everybody needs.
Right. It's hard to innovate when people are really satisfied with your product.
Yeah, we'll see what else it brings. Yeah, I mean, I really can't think of major things that are not, that aren't being implemented. And Matan in chat just said the betas are super buggy, apps crash all the time, which is annoying, wouldn't recommend upgrading during the beta. Thank you for that information, Matan.
iOS is the same way, and Mac OS.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these things have that kind of problem, and it's really unfortunate because a lot of these... I mean, it makes sense because it's a beta program.
But people they're itchy. They want to test out the beta.
Right, exactly. I'm certainly part of that group. I would, if I did it, if I had those phones, I would absolutely.
But then don't you think that kind of sets like a lower standard for your expectation?
It does, certainly. And Apple had been criticized of that recently, since Apple was known for only really releasing products once they were really ready. So yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, it does kind of pull down the quality standard, and makes it more of like, we'll put out the first draft and then our users will proofread, so to say. And it's good and bad. It's good because it makes you feel more part of that company and what they're doing. However, it's not perfect.
And on a similar note, though, iOS 10.3 beta is public. So if you're part of Apple's iOS beta program, you can get it. And there are a lot of new features that are being rolled out. Yeah, like with this update, it's a very chunky update for not for a minor increment. It's one of their talks, not one of their ticks.
And I realize we should be mentioning where the articles are from. This article is from 9to5Mac. Yeah. First article was from clubpenguin.com. Second article was from Engadget. New Android betas was from The Verge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool features.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of really great features. I'm not an iOS, iPhone, Mac, or anything else Apple fan. I really hate everything Apple does, which you might already know. Alex is completely opposite. Contrary.
Yeah, I have my iPhone here and my MacBook Air here. I don't have AirPods, but if I did, I would love the new feature they're rolling out called Find My AirPods, which I could see a lot of people really using. It's in the Find My iPhone app, and your AirPods are just listed. And when you hit play sound, it just plays a relatively loud, I've heard, piercing noise. And you can actually just hear them ringing. So if you lost an AirPod, that's one way to find them. However, if they are in your case charging, you are dead out of luck because you won't be able to ping them.
Really?
Yes, that's the thing.
That is so stupid. Also, by the way, just so you know, before you open the app, because I know somebody in the future sees this in a description or something, and they lost their AirPods. They're in your tummy. Just so you know. You swallowed them at some point. You swallowed them. I'm sorry. That's what happened.
What?
You swallowed them.
Okay.
Just so you know. Another feature that came is theater mode for Apple Watch, which prevents the watch from turning on by wrist movement.
That could be embarrassing in the movie theater. You're watching.
Yeah.
You turn your arm, and suddenly this giant flash of light. No, I'm just kidding.
And I would like to point out, Android Wear has had this since launch. It's a great feature. The only thing I've realized today, and I was realizing this today, I was in the theater today and realized this, if you double tap, that's on the button on the side, that's theater mode. If you triple tap, that's extra brightness.
So be careful not to mix those up.
I can see, like, people messing up and, like, doing, like, pressing one more time. And honestly, like, that happened to me today, and it wasn't great. It's got some standard security updates, as well as little things like 3D touch weather access, which will be kind of good.
But they are changing one big thing, which is they completely redesigned their file system.
Which they did for macOS also.
Yes. And so their phones used to be running off of HFS Plus, but now there's the new Apple file system, APFS, which, I don't know, you might just see little speed improvements across the board, but I don't think it's something that your daily user would really notice. But I think in the back end, it probably helps developers and things like that.
Another thing that got updated is CarPlay, and there's now access to last 3 used apps in CarPlay, as well as you can see the albums that you listen to in the music app.
I'm interested to see where CarPlay will go in the future.
I mean, as an iPhone user, what are you excited about for this?
Well, when I can drive.
That's true.
I don't know. I really like to see the ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem evolve. They really worked on that with Handoff. You know, when Handoff came out, it was like such a cool thing. You could trade, you could copy something on your phone and paste it in your clipboard in your Mac. Your clipboard was interchangeable. You could send files across. You could open the tabs you were browsing on your phone on your laptop, and vice versa. And if the car was added to that ecosystem, that'd be really cool. I can't lie. But yeah, that's about it for the iOS 10.3 beta.
I guess we can slow down a little bit. I mean, we have time. Yeah, we've got time. We've got a lot of articles. Next article.
We're talking really fast.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, talking fast is good, I guess, maybe. Right?
Yeah, we can talk a little slower.
Nextbit has been bought by Razer. So Nextbit is that company that everybody forgot about. They made this phone here, the Robin.
Right, that.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm so bad at streaming right now. Okay. It's called the quote-unquote cloud smartphone because it was the one where you like upload when you didn't have space on your device anymore. You would like back up to the cloud and you could always re-download by tapping. I thought it was cool. The only problem is if you're like on data.
Oh yeah, you don't want to.
You don't want to be downloading apps, so it's really only. I mean, I think.
How much storage do they provide on? What was their base storage?
I don't remember.
Would it be less, or is that the cloud feature just something that was on top?
I don't know. I think.
If anybody knows.
Yeah, if you know, put it in chat so we can see, and we'll correct ourselves. We've got 23 songs. Okay, so Razer, the laptop and peripheral company, acquired Nextbit. Nextbit will remain, for the most part, separate from
But
Razer.
I wonder how Razer will also their ecosystem. You know, Apple's working on an ecosystem, and nobody's really been as close as they are.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see.
Actually,
no, that's the first live stream.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So the deal closed on January 27th, 2017. And yeah, I think that'll be really interesting to see if they can make another device because their first one was pretty cool. I mean, here, I'll give you guys another reminder. It was like blue and square corners, so that's kind of cool. Most phones don't have features like that, so that's pretty cool. All right, our next article here, that one's from The Verge. This one's from Medium.com, and it says, Beam is shutting down, but their work is just starting.
And if you haven't heard about Beam, Beam is the app made by Casey Neistat and his team, and basically the concept of it is that you had no way to filter what you were posting before you posted it, and you were just to cover the front of your phone with your hand and film.
Or with your tummy.
Or with your tummy, your chest, whatever.
Yeah.
And you just filmed, and as soon as you let go, it automatically uploaded. So you had no way to filter it and anything. And his idea behind it was that, you know, a more unfiltered perspective on social media and how people can really see your life. But if you want my opinion, I think that's why it failed. Because the whole premise of social media for me is putting on the best of me. And yes, I admit it. Like the best of me. And I think that's the same for a lot of people. And so I think that's where Beam struggled. But
that's really interesting.
CNN bought them.
I honestly, I really, really liked this idea ever from the beginning. I thought it was really cool. Oh, I'm still screen sharing. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so bad at this. I'm controlling the stream today because my computer actually works, which is kind of exciting. Anyway, so yeah, I really, really liked this idea. I never got it. I only use Twitter. It was one of those things that Casey really like pushed a lot in his vlogs. Which
there
great.
was a period where he definitely stopped mentioning it.
That's
I think
true.
that was the time when they were still developing Beam. They rolled out their beta, and people used it, and then people didn't.
Yeah.
So they went back, they worked on it, and there was like an 8-month period where Casey's vlogs just didn't mention Beam at all.
Yeah.
And he released one entire video covering why that was.
Yeah.
And how he didn't really want people to be using the unfinished product. But, you know, and
It's.
then
I mean, it was really
using
great, and it's unfortunate because he had a great team.
Did you ever make
in
an
New
account?
York. What?
Did you ever make an account? Just
No,
try
I
it out?
never did.
So I did make an account. And
how'd you think of it? What'd you
I
think?
deleted it like 2 minutes after I
Why?
made the account. Because there
Was that bad?
there was no content.
Yeah.
It was Casey
Yeah.
and Casey's friends and like a few other people.
When did you try it? Like, when did you try
After
it out?
his video said why I haven't been talking about
Because
my
he
work.
said, like, he talked to a lot of people on it. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like, I also, by the way, I highly suggest that you read this article on Medium by Matt Hackett, who is the co-founder of Beam. Yes. His story on there that he mentions about tanks in Moscow is
I'll
really...
post all of the article links in the chat.
Oh yeah,
for you
good.
guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, here's the Club Penguin one. You don't have to do that. Just paste the link.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just paste the links. You guys can.
But like this
it
article is really impressive. I highly suggest that you read it. One of the best reads of the week, I would say. In addition, Snapchat sends Instagram. So, wow, okay, I'm reading from a headline, which is a bad thing. Vine has announced that they are shutting down as well, which we already knew about, but it officially has shut down now.
Yeah, Vine is no longer available.
Original article here is from Marquette Wire. Yeah, I mean, like the article title says, Snapchat, Instagram send Vine to its grave. And really, that is true. Vine was really popular like 3 years ago. And
it wasn't the thing anymore.
Right.
People just... I think this is the same sort of philosophy as with Beam. People couldn't convey what they wanted, the best image of themselves in 10 seconds, and if you didn't know that was the video, that was the
I thought
time
it was
limit.
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're right. So people just couldn't convey their ideas in 6 seconds. It wasn't enough. And I think that's what led to their downfall ultimately. Do you know what their CEO
it's really
is doing?
unfortunate.
Is he moving on to something?
Vine CEO, probably. I don't know. The other thing that's kind of interesting that I think we can talk about for a minute, even though it's kind of old news, is Facebook has like stolen social media a lot. Like,
and in case you don't know,
stories
they're taking Snapchat stories.
Yeah, they've really stolen a lot, and it's kind of unfortunate in the world that we live in.
You see that with Instagram as well. Like, Instagram took Snapchat stories first, and they took Vine video before Instagram didn't have video. Right. And really, people like their media concentrated, and so they did was business-minded wise, it was incredible. Like, they took it, they made sure they weren't sued, and they destroyed the competition. And it worked, as we can see.
Yeah.
But
so it's kind of unfortunate. Vine was really cool. I think towards the end it ended up not being what people hoped it would be as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says,
That's about it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Instead of rambling on about that, LG Ultrafine 5K monitor has a lot of big problems with their Wi-Fi and stuff. This is really unfortunate.
So basically, the premise of it... Yeah, sure. In case you don't know, the LG 27-inch 5K ultrafine monitor is one of the most expensive displays out there. Yeah, it's $1,000 for the 5K model. The 4K version is $499, I believe.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which is like not bad for a 4K
and it's 27
monitor.
inches, which isn't even as big as LG ultra wides, but
the ultra wides are large. But for that money, you'd think you'd get a monitor that works. However, you don't. At this point in time, at least, of this stream. The problem is that if you have a router within 2 meters of your monitor, or your monitor within 2 meters of your router...
Most people move their monitors relative to their router.
Yeah. And if that happens, you actually get interference. It causes the monitor to randomly reboot or disconnect from your computer, which is over Thunderbolt 3, in case you guys don't know.
Yeah.
And it causes flickers, and supposedly it's because of electromagnetic interference. But LG is... fixing this problem. In fact, they've already said that they are putting out new monitors.
That one's from TechCrunch, and now we're onto the Verge article about this.
The Verge article, and they're fixing the monitor.
This is honestly this is so disappointing. Like, it was a great monitor at CES that we saw.
Is it screen capturing?
Yep. Okay. And it's kind of unfortunate that.
But if you buy it after February 2017, they didn't specify a date. You will be able to get the monitor with enhanced shielding that will not have issues.
Is there a way that people can get...
So they're not doing recalls.
Really?
They're not doing recalls. However, they have stated that they will provide shielding that you can install onto your monitor. Which I don't know how are you going to do that?
I don't know. You probably have to open it. No, wait, ready? Open it up. With this crazy society, I bet it's like you open up the panel and have to put it on yourself, and that voids your warranty. But at least your monitor's fixed.
So that would be so funny. I'm kind of upset that they didn't do a recall for $1,000 monitors. But I guess for them, insane. That's the recall would be bad.
Yeah, but like Samsung just did it, so you can do it too. LG.
Okay, so actually they haven't specifically stated whether or not they're doing a recall. However, recall is unlikely.
Okay.
Because they haven't said anything about it.
Yeah, I mean.
And if you have an LG ultra wide, I mean, ultra fine, ultra wide, ultra fine. It's not a bad display as it is. It's an incredible display. Yeah. Super crisp, super fine, crispy.
Yeah, Team Crispy.
Team Crispy. It's a great display.
We're not joining Team Crispy with this webcam quality.
No, 720 at 30 FPS. But like, it's a great display, and I wouldn't have this put you off of LG products. They do great things, and just move your router 2 meters away. It's not that
because like so let me mention my router cannot be moved 2 meters. Our router's like hanging off a table because we have this janky Ethernet setup where like my computer for my desk goes through like this weird Ethernet pass through thing. It's messy and complicated, but the point is it doesn't work right now to move it to 2 more meters, and honestly we have a computer that is 2 meters from the router, so to have this problem would be really annoying.
Right, my router literally sits this far from my monitor, so
yeah, for most people I think it's unrealistic to move their router, but it's good that LG is providing shielding to fix this problem. Snapdragon 835 has been unveiled, and if you go to this Android Authority article, by Qualcomm, this is tiny. Look at that. That is crazy.
You know, technology is incredible. Thinking that like 30 years ago, you know, you had a couple hundred kilobits of storage, and you had computers taking up rooms, and now you have a processor capable of flying rockets in the 60s level rocket, 1960s rocket to outer space in the size less of a penny. That's insane.
It's crazy. So it features the new Cryo 280 CPU architecture, which possibly is based on the Cortex A73, but specifics have not been yet revealed. It's designed to increase energy efficiency greatly, which you had mentioned in the doc. It's like Kaby Lake, which is kind of interesting. I think 2017 is going to be the year of efficiency. We've got the technology, but how can we make it faster in a smaller package, and how can we make it better for smaller package?
Kaby Lake didn't add that many features, but you know the biggest thing for laptops was you added 2 hours on your battery life.
Yeah, I mean
and I would love that on my phone, to be honest.
Yeah, and this says you should expect 2.5 more hours of battery, which is pretty impressive. Phone battery is one of the biggest problems in technology, I would say.
Because technology's been getting better and better and better, but batteries, they're the same thing as they were in the 80s.
Batteries have, well, maybe not 80s, but batteries not 80s, that better.
My point being, they haven't really changed.
And 10-bit color is now supported for 107.4 million colors, and that's really thanks to the Adreno 540 GPU that it now supports. The 530 was pretty common in a lot of phones last year, so it's good to see that the 540 is out.
2016.
No. Another super exciting thing that probably applies to everybody watching is that Windows 10 Cloud has been officially announced, but not true at all, because it's not been announced, but there are leaked screenshots. Everybody's seen it. It looks like Windows 10 for desktop.
But really, it's an alternative to Chrome OS.
Exactly.
If you don't know about Chrome OS, I guess, I mean, basically, there was this idea that you could have a super lightweight laptop that basically had all the storage in the cloud, and it was literally a browser operating system.
Yeah.
And that's what Chrome OS was going for.
But this is not that
This is not that. This is different.
It's not powered by the cloud like a Chromebook is. It's going to kind of be like Windows RT. So Windows RT was that operating system that was on the Surface RT 2 years ago, and it only ran apps from the Microsoft Store, and that is the same thing for Windows 10 Cloud.
Oh God, I can't imagine that. What if you need professional apps? I guess you don't get.
Yeah, no, it's literally a tablet OS. Which I think Windows 10 Cloud would be interesting if it was took up less space or wasn't as intensive.
How large is the average Windows install?
like 30 gigs.
Okay.
It's insane.
So that's a lot.
Yeah.
So if you can refine that down to if they manage to pull it off, that it gets a lot smaller. You know what?
Great.
Touche.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be great. We can slow down. We have a while and not that many articles left.
Just take like a 5-minute break. Just sit here, stare at the camera. No, we're not doing that.
Oh, but if you guys have any interesting things,
if you guys have articles you want us to talk about, put them in the
or even ideas, anything.
Put them in the chat, which is ready. I'm gonna figure this out. Chat is over there.
Oh, it's
over there. That's where chat is.
I think it's the other way.
No, it's not.
Are you sure it's not there?
Shoot, yeah. It's
chat is here.
Okay.
Chat's on the right side of their screen.
Yeah,
unless it gets flipped.
I don't think it does.
Right.
Okay, Netflix project lets you control Netflix with your mind. Original article here is from Engadget. I can't imagine this actually being a thing. They had done this a couple years ago with socks. There were like socks that would let you control Netflix. I don't remember if that was an April Fool's Day joke or not.
Click your heels 3 times and the movie starts playing. Yeah, click your heels
3 times and you start watching Wizard of Oz immediately.
That's funny. That
would be funny. So yeah, it's going to be called Mindflix, and it's more of a concept device than
well,
a
it was
device.
Netflix everyday Netflix hosts a annual hack day where teams come. Yeah, that's what they call it, hack day. So teams come together and they develop cool things, and one team developed this. And basically the way it works is it's a binary mind reader. So either you're really focusing hard and it outputs a 1, or you're not focusing hard and your brain waves are at a lower frequency and it outputs a 0. And if you're really focusing, it's like a click.
Yeah.
And you can control up, down, left, right by moving your head. But
that would get so annoying. What if you're like fast forwarding, you have to like to fast forward? That would be so annoying.
I'll just stick with my remote.
Right. I'm happy to stick with a remote or pressing buttons on my keyboard. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Cool.
But it's a proof of concept. It's an idea that might be expanded on the future, and maybe one day we'll all have chips in our heads. But I don't know. At this point,
that's what they've been saying since like the 80s. So.
I was obsessed with the idea of holograms as a kid, and I was promised holograms in like 2014. It's 2017, and the best we have are these little janky images that aren't even 3D, but are illusions of being 3D.
Okay, this is a CES thing, so it's really old. I'm gonna
old. This is like a a month ago.
Well, yeah, but we gotta.
That's true.
Okay, so CES, here it is. Hollow active touch controls.
Sharing screen.
Yeah, I'm going to share it. Okay, here it is. So BMW wins the future with hollow-active touch controls. For its CES technology demonstration, BMW created an image that appears to float in the air, react to touch inputs, and even give haptic feedback to the user. So, I don't know. I watched videos from Linus Tech Tips and Austin Evans, and both of them say this is the future. So I think your hope for holograms is definitely alive.
Although I feel like really the world's been focusing on augmented reality more than it has holograms. Which is,
and augmented reality is a lot like holograms.
And honestly, my dad once said, we were driving, and he said, how cool would it be, Alex, if you just wore a mask and it just completely blocked your vision? There was a little camera on the side.
That would be pretty cool.
So I disagree. I don't think it would be cool.
Really?
I would rather preserve my natural vision instead of having a screen in front.
Yeah.
Just true. Because there are things that cameras really can't interpret the way the human eye can. Depth, emotion, and I don't know. So I really like the idea of augmented reality.
Yeah.
Although I guess holograms kind of even go past that in one level where you're physically like the holograms are in the air and not in front of you. Yeah. So maybe that's another level.
We've already had like holographic concerts and stuff, so like why not other stuff? It uses the Muse EEG detecting headband.
Oh, and if you completely forgot what we're talking about or just joined, we're talking about Netflix Mind Control.
Netflix Mind Control is going to be so cool. I don't know. If Netflix hosts this event every year, maybe that's cool. I don't know. I just don't see the entire reason for it. Is it really important? Like,
I never heard of Netflix Hack Day before
reading
this article. So it can't be as big as like some really large hackathons that go on.
That's kind of interesting. Okay, so the LG G6 has been leaked. Images of it have been leaked. The original article here is from Android Central. You want to post it in chat?
Yes.
I keep checking to make sure it's screen sharing. Okay,
so many articles.
Okay, yeah. So this is kind of interesting. The LG G6 was leaked in this picture that we see here. blew up all over the internet. It looks to have very slim bezels, dual cameras, fingerprint sensor on the back, all the normal stuff.
The back.
Yeah, but here's the problem. So this picture shows that it's got that it's gonna have a glass back, but then
fingerprint magnet 2. The first one was the jet black iPhone 7, and now this.
But like a day later, here's the next picture that got leaked. The LG G6 might actually have a matte finish.
I really like matte finishes. I have the matte iPhone 7, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, so I think a lot of us can agree matte is better because you won't get fingerprints on it. It looks nice. Like brushed aluminum is like really nice. It does also get some fingerprints, but that's not brushed aluminum. That's just aluminum.
Kidding.
So yeah, I think either way it could be a great phone. It's apparently going to get announced in February. As you guys probably know.
At what event? Or just any?
I don't know.
Okay.
At MWC. According to this
MWC.
thing. So I need a new phone. Possibly this one.
Are you going to be considering the G6 over the S8?
If the G6 is amazing when LG releases it.
Okay, so this is my hindrance towards believing that, only because the G4 was just like...
Yeah, G4 was amazing.
And then
I
the
wanted it for a while.
G5, they're like, what are they doing with the G5?
Here you guys go. Have some modularity. We don't know how to do it.
You can now pull out your battery and put it back in. Cool, but it looks terrible. And the G4 with its leather backing, it was just a beautiful phone. And I really hope they go back to some... I don't know. I really like the leather.
Yeah, the leather was beautiful.
Look from these
on the day of the LG G4 launch or G5 launch, you can check my Twitter. I posted on Twitter and I said this is insane because it is. And I said which thing would you prefer to see, Matt? Would you prefer to see this like yucky silver, or would you prefer to see beautiful leather? And
it looks really nice.
Yeah, and when I posted that, like people said like why like nobody responded to me directly, but like in the thing everybody was saying, oh, it's beautiful, it's great. And I was thinking to myself, like, what about last year when they made like literally the most beautiful phone
I'm a fan of the leather.
Do
you know if it was real leather or not?
I think it was, yeah. And they had like 4 different colors and they all
Vegans
had
go
patterns.
crazy.
No. But it was great. And the G5 was kind of unfortunate. G6 will be pretty cool. It's supposed to feature a QHD screen, 2880 by 1440, which hopefully means there's going to be like a little screen at the top, like their V series V20. But I don't think so. I think it's more going to be a 2:1 aspect ratio,
which is fine for all cell phones. Yeah, it works.
Yeah. 5.7 inches, dual cameras, rear-mounted fingerprint sensor, made of metal, thin bezels, water-resistant, possibly glass back, not quite sure. Releasing on February 26th. We will have coverage of that as soon as it releases.
Yes. We'll probably talk about it on the Spin-Up Show.
Absolutely. It'll be a Spin-Up Show topic.
It'll be a Spin-Up Show topic.
We wouldn't let that slip through the cracks. Speaking of Spin-Up Show topics, if you guys have topics that we're not mentioning,
email it to us.
Yeah, email it to us, post it in the chat. Our email's available on YouTube.
On any video.
Comment on a video, we'll see it. For right now, we don't get enough comments, so...
we don't get any comments.
Like 10 times on each video. Don't do that.
That's spam. Don't spam. Yeah. Spam is bad.
Yeah, Anti-Spam Act. Okay.
Oh, and the reason we can't legally send you emails every time we post an article is according to the Anti-Spam Act. But that's fine.
But it's good because it keeps us safe from spam. So
yeah, exactly.
There you go. Google has announced they are shutting down hands-free payment for now. This original article here is from Google.com, the very common Google.com. So they have said since launching the hands-free pilot last March, we've learned so much from our early adopters. What they're going to do is they're going to shut down on February 8th, which is 4 days from now, and they will try to increase the capabilities and bring it to the most consumers. We have an article about this in which I mentioned that hopefully they'll come up with something like Samsung Pay, which is notorious for being usable at pretty much any location because it worked through
I don't know. They're doing such a good job at it that I don't know. Just Google probably just felt it was unnecessary.
I guess, but I mean, it says they are looking to improve it and release it to more people.
I don't know. Stores. Apple Pay works well, so
yeah. I mean, they said we're now working to bring the best of hands-free technology to even more people and stores. So I hope that means it'll be a universal store system. I mean, what if they make it like something that works through the chip technology or something?
So
that would be pretty
cool. The chip reader is actually inside the little credit card slot. So hypothetically, if the chip reader in the little box,
but it's gonna be hands-free.
Right. So that doesn't work.
So we'll see how they do that. I mean, the original thing doesn't seem like it needed, like when I was writing my article, it didn't seem like it needed to be a Google product. It was like all you do eventually what you do is you just say I'm paying with Google and give your initials and they find you and you pay. But like, does that need to be made by Google? And like, it seems so low tech compared to what Google normally does.
And with their, I don't know, do we have Google Wi-Fi on the list of our articles?
We don't.
We could digress a little bit. We have time.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Google Wi-Fi. So just like speaking of low tech and Google being high tech.
Google Wi-Fi is not low tech. It works.
No, exactly. It's high tech. That's my point. So
things like Google Wi-Fi.
Things like Google Wi-Fi are so high tech. You have these access. So basically, the concept of Google Wi-Fi is you have access points all around your house or wherever you want fast Wi-Fi, and you don't need to buy dedicated routers and set them to repeating mode.
Right. Which is expensive, and regular routers don't look that good. So
and these are tiny little sleek.
They're literally like this big. It's mentioned in our Google Home video, which you can check out. Shameless plug.
There are some. There is some competition for Google Wi-Fi,
really?
But
Eero is a good competition for that.
But so far, it's pretty.
Yeah, mesh Wi-Fi. Like 2017 is going to be the year of mesh Wi-Fi. I think we can all agree on that.
Right, because there's lots of industrial solutions for mesh Wi-Fi.
Absolutely.
Like our school has mesh
Wi-Fi.
All
we've got
universities
what's
have
the one
Wi-Fi.
it's called? Honeycomb. I think it is.
And it's not great.
It's not great, but we've got one in every classroom, and it works enough. So more things like that. Great. Snapchat files for IPO. Snapchat Inc., which is a pretty big.
The parent company of Snapchat. This is big. In fact, I was considering writing an article about it, but there's so much coverage of it already that you guys don't want to read.
If I reload this article. See that giant ad? That's terrible.
That's annoying.
I'm going to see if I can get rid of it.
He is too morally conscious to use ad blocker.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, now that we're creating content, and if there is a point in time where we start monetizing our videos...
You're ready? I'm going to stop it from loading right there. There you go, ad. You didn't get to load.
That was actually pretty smart.
Thank you.
I use ad blocker. Maybe at one point I'll become too morally conscious to do it as well. But for now...
Right now we're okay. So
this is big. So in case you don't know what an IPO is, it means initial public offering, which is where a company wants to put themselves onto the stock market. In this case, publicly. In this case, the New York Stock Exchange. There are a few. NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't done this already, honestly.
Well, Snap Inc. is relatively new. They came before the Spectacles,
but they're huge. I mean,
they're filing for a $3 billion IPO, which is
insane.
That's a lot of money. And their valuation is $25 billion. And considering this app started out with its bread and butter being just disappearing messages, this is huge.
Yeah.
And they actually, one interesting thing is...
Hopefully Snap Inc. won't disappear as fast as Snapchat pictures do.
Yeah, that would be good. I use Snapchat. He doesn't use Snapchat.
I don't use Snapchat. If you guys can convince me to use Snapchat, do it. I don't think you can. There's
also the one really interesting thing is they filed not as a mobile media company, but as a camera company.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh. So what does that hold for the future?
Could we be seeing a Snapchat camera in the future? Maybe.
They plan on rolling out Spectacles on a larger scale as well.
Yeah.
Like, you can actually buy them instead of having to go to mysterious boxes.
That are in like Alaska and stuff. Yeah. The kind of interesting thing about this, if like Snapchat Spectacles to me are kind of a cool concept, except that like the resolution isn't that high, the battery isn't that great, they're really like cheap quality. I wish that we didn't see weird devices and more like normal devices from them, I guess you could say.
And in my taste of sunglasses, they look really weird.
Yeah.
I guess I have heard some people like them.
Really?
I don't. Wow. They're chunky.
Yeah, I can't imagine people like them for real.
Austin Evans does.
Really?
Yeah.
So CEO of Snapchat is Evan Spiegel, and Snapchat is valued at $25 billion. They've got 158 million average daily active users, $404 million in revenue in 2016.
However, their losses were greater than their revenue. They lost $514 million.
Does that isn't that...
Not, you said billion. Yeah, $404 million.
Yeah, million. Like, if they made $400 billion, I think we're, like, even Apple's done at that point.
No, $404 million a year revenue, and I think that comes mostly from ads.
Wait, so when it says in losses, is that, like, they lose $514?
That is, they lost after their product.
Wow.
Their product, I said product. Profit.
So that, like, how is that sustainable?
Well, for companies like Snapchat, it's sustainable because they have VCs that are willing, venture capitalists that are willing to fund their rounds. But also, like, now that they're going public, they can have people buy their shares and they can make money.
Yeah.
But imagine how much money they have to spend in cloud storage to run the application, and then in development. Snapchat Spectacles weren't an easy thing to pull off.
Absolutely not.
And they probably spent a ton of money on development and
R&D.
R&D. CEO made a lot of money. So he actually made $503,000, 205 cents from his salary, and
205 cents. $205.
$5,000.
Those $200 kept his family alive.
I misspoke. $503,000. No.
$503,205,000.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. And on top of that, he gave himself a bonus of $1 million
because that's what happens when you're a CEO.
And his security detail cost $890,999, wow. Which is a lot for a security detail. But
what is a security detail?
I didn't even know his name.
What's a security detail?
A security detail?
Yeah.
Security guards that follow you around.
Wait, actually?
yes. So
why does he need
I
that?
didn't even know his name before learning about this.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he needs this, but maybe some
what are people
going
to say? They're like,
get back my Snapchats. I don't know.
I guess. That sounds
But
crazy.
they're losing money, but I think that'll change once they go public. And he has vowed, or I think this is a quote. Don't quote me on it, though, ironically.
Okay.
He has vowed to follow the footsteps of other tech entrepreneurs and take a $1 yearly salary. For example, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, etc.
Hi, Avin Rai.
Hi, Avin.
Who's that?
This is my friend from fencing.
Oh,
Hi,
cool.
Avin.
Hi, Avin.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Spin Up Show. Okay, I want to talk about this for a little while because this is pretty darn cool. There is a new unannounced robot from Boston Dynamics that is like a really cool robot. I'm going to pause the video. Basically what it looks like is kind of like, I watched the video last night. It looks like a horse. Like, here it is. Like, you can see right here.
It's funny.
Yeah, you can.
How do they balance that? That's incredible. See right here.
This is like, it looks like a horse, and it says it's nightmare inducing. I don't really think so. I think it's just really, really cool. So it balances like a Segway. It kind of.
That's really cool.
Like.
And it's top heavy, so
yeah, it's top heavy, which is pretty impressive.
That's really cool.
I was watching the video and I was amazed at how far this has come because this is pretty like.
Did you guys see their Atlas robot?
Atlas is so cool. I saw one.
And it can like pick up boxes and everything. Though if you watch it carefully, it was cheating. There were QR codes on everything that probably had a command.
That's not cheating.
Yeah, it is.
QR codes?
Yeah, the QR codes were encoded commands that the robot read and then did things.
That's pretty cool, actually. That's like
it's cool, but it's like not autonomous. But it's very close.
So, anyways, this video actually was
they pushed it over and everything.
This video was leaked from an investor meeting, and if you look at that tweet that Alex definitely put into the chat, put the link to the tweet, please. That tweet, watch the video because it's really cool. The Verge says that it was leaked footage from an investor meeting, so this has not been announced yet, but like clearly it's going to be. It's called the Handle because it's designed to handle objects. And I think, to me, like, the most interesting part of this is that it acts like a Segway.
Right. And the active stabilization needed on that, oh my god. Boston Dynamics is really incredible. I can see them being a leading robotics development.
They already are. I mean...
Well, they are right now, but I mean, like, in the consumer market.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if we see... Like, somebody said on the comment, or on that post, they said, like, if it can get me coffee faster than I can, great.
Yeah,
I don't see how it's nightmare-inducing. If you do, great. I don't think it really is.
But I don't know whether Boston Dynamics has a future in customer and like consumer interest. I think it's more industrial, probably.
But the other cool thing about this is that it can like basically go on any flat surface as long as it grass, like it can slant and stuff, but as long as it's not crazy. But this would be really cool. It also moves insanely fast, which is really cool.
Okay. Does it have the same, like, pick itself up after it falls down type thing that Atlas did?
I doubt it, because it's only got 2 wheels, but it's possible.
How does it get onto the 2 wheels? Does it jump up from its... Because I saw it had front legs, too.
I don't think that was part of the video. Okay. We'll see it.
I guess we'll find out when they officially put it on their website. And go to their website. I'll post it in the chat. They have tons of little robots that you probably haven't heard about because nobody really cares about them. But they're cool, and if you have free time, check it out. They're close to us.
Yeah.
But
this is okay. Wait, this The Verge just tweeted this 11 minutes ago. An anonymous group took down a fifth of the dark web yesterday. I haven't looked at this or anything.
I saw this today, and we should.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we basically haven't done any research on this. This is
All
brand new.
improv.
Like, we have reached the end of the show notes.
And if you don't know what the deep web, the dark web, the deep net, whatever you want to call it is, it's
don't find out.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
It is.
Well, it's bad, but it's a section of the internet that is isolated from standard search engines like Google and Yahoo, and the only way to access it is to use a client called Tor, which redirects to onion addresses. Onion addresses are
.onion.
.onion.
It's not a regular domain name. Don't try to buy one.
You can't, but you can buy one.
Yeah, but
why would you?
Yeah.
But a lot of it is like it's really useful for if there are people in censored countries that want to access the internet outside of their country, and if a reporter's in a censored...
I thought you just do that with a VPN.
So you can do that in the VPN, but not in a lot of places. So if a reporter is in a censored country, they can go to their... Say, I know Wall Street Journal has a drop box online where reporters can drop articles from censored countries, which is really cool, and it has potential to create, freedom of speech type idea in other parts of the world. But there are also some bad things on there that we won't go into.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff.
Talk about that next.
Okay, here's another thing.
Wait, but what happened? The hackers actually took down 20% of the deep web.
That's insane.
By
and great. I mean, I'm all for that.
So a lot of it was bad deep web, but
good, awesome.
But I forget the name of the hosting.
Is it
company.
like down forever, or is it a backup?
No, basically they want 0.1 bitcoins, which is nothing. They want $100 to put it back up.
Wait, why?
That's the demand.
They could ask like 25 bitcoins.
No, nobody cares though. Nobody cares about this section of the deep
web.
Well,
the people who are using that content probably...
They hacked one hosting company, which I think was there illegally in the first place, so it doesn't really matter. But don't quote me on it. In fact, I think it might have been...
Okay, here's another cool thing. Elon Musk tweeted a picture with the caption Minecraft being shown right here. This is like supposedly one of his tunnels or something. I don't really know. Alex did an article about this.
I did an article about this.
Go read it.
It's really cool.
Oh yeah, here's another thing he did.
So I should have written my article a few days later.
No, you're okay. Nope, we just want an article. 26-foot diameter tunnel running 2 miles under DC. If this is legit...
I don't know. But so he tweeted in December of 2017. This is my article too, but if you want to know earlier or now,
look at Alex's article.
If you want to know now, he tweeted in December of 2016, December 17th of 2016. Traffic sucks. I'm going to start a tunneling company. And you better take this man on his word, because... one day someone tweeted saying, I hate that people keep their Teslas at superchargers, go get coffee, and don't return in time. 6 days later, there's a fine for leaving your Tesla at a supercharger for longer than 5 minutes. So this is a man on his word. And
this guy is like super on
He's made immense progress. They've already started digging on the SpaceX campus. They're trying different techniques. And I can really see them putting Hyperloop into this and making it a subway that doesn't suck.
That would be really cool. What if we, America doesn't have a bullet train system right now. I don't know what the legal ramifications of that are, but, let's get a bullet train system.
And underground, too. So I guess that would...
It's 2 miles under D.C. Elon, is this even possible?
Elon Musk, let's tweet out for that.
For the record, how, 26
I think when he says running 2 miles under D.C., I think... he means...
Is it running for 2 miles?
Yeah, it runs for 2 miles.
Okay, that's much more like it.
Yeah.
But, this is insane. And, Elon, keep doing what you're doing.
Do you want to tweet him and ask him if this is for real?
No.
Okay.
I think we'll be okay. That makes a lot of noise on the stream, just so you know.
Sorry, guys.
This guy is getting stuff done.
He gets things done.
A lot.
He's the man. He's the man of his
word. The man
with
a plan with an underground canal.
That didn't rhyme.
Whatever. Yeah, this is super cool. Yeah. So I think...
I wonder how many years until we'll have underground Hyperloop tunnels on Mars.
That'd be great. What if,
with autonomous Mars navigating Teslas?
Wait, what if we drove Teslas in a Hyperloop underground? We're, in the train, driving our Teslas. What if he makes, a whole separate road system? That would be insane.
Imagine just having a highway that runs on 3 levels. This is his initial idea. You have your road highway. You have
your road highway.
Your surface highway, a highway 200 feet underground, and 200 feet under that, you have another highway, and I guess it could really alleviate traffic without having... It
could also alleviate lives if something goes wrong.
That's true. That's a bad way of phrasing it.
But that's how you phrased it. All right, and on that note, thank you very much for watching the Spin Up Show. Will you be back next week? What's your timing next week? We might.
We might be back
Nadav
next
says
week.
the goal is to have a global hyperloop system. Yes,
Global
that is
hyperloop
true.
system. So
That would be
when you
great.
say that, do you mean like under the ocean global? Because that would be awesome.
That would be really cool. So
Yeah.
thank you all for watching.
We will follow our Twitter. We'll let you know.
Yeah, we will tell you.
We'll
We
be back
will
next
try
week.
to be better on Twitter and not announce the show 20 minutes before it starts, and hopefully announce it more like 4
The day
hours
earlier.
before it starts. So on that note, thank you for watching the Spin Up Show. We will be back at some point.
Nadav.
New York to Hong Kong. Insert hours here. Cool. We will be back next week, hopefully, with any luck. And if we won't be, we will be tweeting that out. Follow us on YouTube at New Improved Tech on Twitter, and follow us for all of our new stuff so you know.
Also, our
what's
personal
going
handles,
on.
if you want.
Personal handles.
Bullinov416.
And at Zachary3352. Like the like the big dig, but really big.
Yeah, but the big dig failed, and I talked about this in my article, so you should go read it.
So go read the article.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in to the Spin Up Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spin Up Show. We'll be back next week.
This is our second episode, and it's not perfect. So if you have advice, please let us know.
Email
Either
us, tweet
direct
at
message us,
anything.
Tweet, leave a comment on one of our videos. We want advice. We want to know how to bring cooler content to you guys.
Absolutely. Any suggestions, any compliments if you want to do that too. So we will see you next week, and here is the outro. Alrighty, so thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
See you next time.